38 Special versus 22 Magnum and our total metal jacket ammunition. I wanted to do a test like this for a long time just because a lot of people say that 22 Magnum and 38 Special don't expand, so why don't you just push it as deep as possible with penetration and just, go with that. I don't necessarily agree with that, but it is a test I've been wanting to see for a while. So with our 38 Special, I'm going to use our Spear Lawman, and with our 22 Magnum, I'm going to use our CCI Maxi Mag, because essentially that's the same brand. Spear and CCI are brother companies. They use a lot of the same technology. Point being, their bullets are total metal jackets, not full metal jackets. Full metal jackets are a little bit different than total metal jackets. Total metal jackets basically plated all the way around, and they're both flat points. So that's a 125 grain flat point total metal jacket for our 38 Special, and our 22 Magnum is a 40 grain total metal jacket flat point. And one of the reasons why I really want to test this is probably going to be one of the most common 22 Magnum rounds a person would ever use. So it's just something that I really want to see the performance of. So we're using 3-inch barrel revolvers here, our 3-inch model Taurus A856, and our Ruger LCR X and 22 Magnum. So 38 Special, 22 Magnum, both 3-inch revolvers. So we're going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy I get at the same time. Then I'm going to do my 10% clear ballistic test, where I'm just going to go into plain clear ballistics just to see what the best potential of these rounds are. And then after that, I'm going to do a test where we have 4 layers of denim just to be standardized here, because that's what I normally use. And 3 inches of clear ballistics to represent hitting a pectoral muscle. Clear ballistics is about half as dense as flesh, so that's like 1.5 inch pectoral muscle, followed by a 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard to represent hitting ribs or sternum, and to more clear ballistics. That'll be more of our real world simulation, and we'll see how the bullets perform in our real world simulation. Then I'm going to shoot at my steel target. I think I'm going to do starting at 12 yards anyway, because a lot of people's idea of, the reason why you carry a 22 Magnum is because follow-up shots are faster, and you're going to miss with a 38 Special is what I've been told. So I'll see what I can do from 12 yards, and then I'll back it up if we have good accuracy. So let's get started with this test. All right, let's see what we get for velocity and accuracy. I'm about 5 yards from the target, 4 yards from the chronograph. 38 Special, 125 grain. It's a standard pressure. No rating on the box for velocity, but let's just see what we get. 851, 863, 874, 904, 865. Well, let me run one more. 894. So about what you'd expect. Not too bad for a 3-inch barrel. Now our 22 mag, this is actually rated at 1875 feet per second, but that's through a rifle barrel, so I don't know what we'll get in a revolver. Let's see what we get. 1284, 1368, 1261, 1225, 1296. I'll read. So, a lot less recoil for sure. There's no doubt about that. Case ejection's fine with that ammo. So let's hit our ballistics gel block and see how these two compare. All right, plain gel test. 38 Special, 22 mag. Let's see how our 38 does. All right, let's hit it with our 22 mag. So let's take a look. All right, so our 22 mag did go down and hit that channel, but that's right where it rested. So that first channel wouldn't have affected anything. But with our 38 Special, we got a complete pass through of over 32 inches of gel here. And, I expected that. And that's the thing with flat nose ammo, if you have a decent amount of bullet weight there, you have a lot of momentum, and that flat point keeps it from tumbling, and it keeps that bullet oriented straight. Now with our 22 mag, what's interesting here, it has a flat point, but it's not as flat, and it's not very heavy, so you lose momentum quickly. And actually what I'm seeing here is a ton of tumbling damage right here, all the way up from, about the 5-inch mark to about the 10-inch mark. And we came to a rest, and it looks like our damage went to about 17 inches exactly. So as far as that's doing perfectly well. That's getting better penetration than a lot of the hollow point 22 mag ammo. and it's not over penetrating. So let's hit our spot here with our denim and our MDF and see how that compares. All right, sometimes this changes the equation, but still a flat point 38 should still penetrate pretty well. But let's see what we get. 38 special. All right, now let's compare that to our 22 Magnum through our MDF. Let's go take a look. I placed that 22 mag a little bit too far to the right, so let me try one more. Now let's go take a look. And we got very comparable difference here. Let's take a look at here. See where our 38 hit? And that was my first 22 mag, and it came out the side of the block. There's our second 22 mag. Now, from looking at these, they all definitely are going in this straight after going through this first part here. So that's really going to dictate what kind of penetration you get after that. And it looks like, you know, just like before with the 22 mag, it started tumbling at about 5 inches. Started tumbling here at about maybe 4.5. Well, more like 5 with our good shot, just like before. And our bullet is backwards with a 22 mag. It did almost the same thing. We got a penetration of about 16 3/4, so that's very consistent. Now with our 38 special, that MDF did kind of veer that bullet off a little bit, and it made it kind of change its course, but we went up to about 24 inches even, which is definitely over penetration. But what we're kind of seeing here is that with our heavy bullet, with our 38 special, and this would be the same with 9mm or anything else, what you're getting is you're getting over penetration because it's just got too much momentum in a flat point. It's going to go real deep. But with our 22 mag, what you're looking at here is you're using something that's not supposed to be good for your advantage, because a 22 mag doesn't penetrate as far as typical handgun rounds. So you're using that advantage of getting that little extra penetration, and then it starts tumbling. So honestly, at this point, this is one of the best 22 Magnum loads I've seen. I would probably recommend this as a good defensive round. It seems to be doing what you want a good defensive bullet to do. Sure, it's tumbling, but you know, the bullets measured width-wise are going to be pretty wide, which is going to be bigger than a lot of expanded hollow points. So overall, not bad. So let me shoot from that 12 yards and see if follow-up shots, you know, if I can make them with the 22 mag, but not with the 38 like I've been told. So let's see what I can get. All right, 22 mag. Let's just put some on steel and see what happens. So let me get a sight picture, pop them off, see what our 22 mag does. All right, looks like I pulled at least one there. Now people are gonna say, well, 38 special, you can't make those hits. I know it sounds ridiculous to most of us revolver guys, but some of the stuff I've had the opportunity of hearing while having a YouTube channel. So let's see what we can get with our 38. All right, not bad. Let me see if I can go a little bit faster with that. Then I'll try it with the 22 mag. And try to pull that trigger as fast as I can, even if I think I might mess, and just see if there's some valid points to this. I pulled one. All right. I'm gonna do that same thing here with our 22 Magnum. There's a little bit of unburnt powder in there, I've noticed, because it's rifle ammo. So ammo kind of sticks, but let's see what I get here. Same type of thing. Maybe there's a valid point there. So these are target rounds. Let me back it up and see if I can keep making hits. All right, 25 yards from the target. Let's see how our 38 special does. All right, pretty nice. Now, let's see what our 22 mag does. Well, I pulled one. That's probably just from me going a little bit too fast, but it's definitely a lot easier to shoot. So let me back it up a little more. All right, 50 yards from the target. Let's see what I can do with this 38 special here. All right, not so good. You know, this gun does shoot a little bit to the left for me. I don't know if that was at play there, but let's see what I can do with our 22 mag. All right, I think I did miss one, but and with that, it's not quite as fun as the 38 because you can't really hear it the same way because it, you know, the bullet hits so fast. One thing I'm noticing here is, you know, definitely it's easier to carry a bunch of these 22 Magnum rounds in your pocket without your, you know, pocket sagging. But on the flip side of that, it's harder to load them singly. Because when you have just, you know, 38 special rounds, they're real big. I can even do it with my left hand pretty easy, which I probably would not be able to do with the 22 Magnum very well. So yeah, kind of pros and cons there. Let me back it up to 75 yards. All right, 75 yards from the target. One thing I do want to address here, I get a lot of comments of people saying, you're re-gripping, you need to learn how to shoot, because when I take a shot, you see my hand kind of move. What they don't realize is my hand has significant arthritis in it, especially in my thumb. I'm not gripping whatsoever. Basically what I'm doing is this, and I could be doing this, or I could be doing this, and it would be absolutely no different. But because those look dorky and that would give me even more flack, I just set it here out of the way so that it looks relatively normal. But I'm doing everything with, you know, just my strong hand. Just something I have to do. So let me shoot from 75. I know this gun shoots a little bit to the left, so I may have to aim a little bit right. These are shooting really, really high. I could actually see those impact. Let me aim a little lower. Still really high. I mean, probably 5 feet high and 3 feet to the left is what I saw. Wow, those are hitting to the left. Like, I aimed off the target like 3 feet and I saw it actually hit to the left a good foot. And sometimes the impacts down there are off from what they really are. You'll see it on camera and it'll look like it's hitting to the right, but it's actually hitting to the left because the camera is down and it's kind of under in a way where it picks it up a little bit off. So something to note. So if I quote something, I'm quoting what's really happening. So fire a few more. And that hit, I was aiming about 3 feet low and over to the right about 4 feet. So I don't have this problem with my other revolvers, just this 3-inch Taurus here. So interesting. I'm just not accurate with this gun. Let me fire some more. Maybe I can get a hit. Maybe I will go single action. Usually don't, but see what I can get. No clue. No clue where those are hitting. So let's see if our Ruger LCR in 22 Magnum does any better for me for accuracy. Let's see what this does for me. And I still can't hear that first shot. I actually pulled it to the I was holding to the right subconsciously because of the 38 loads. I do get a little bit of sticking here just from a little bit of unburnt stuff in there, but let me keep going with this. I think I made some hits, but I made some misses. Sometimes I can't tell the difference because of how fast these are impacting. All right, I have 138 special left. Okay, now I'm seeing kind of where they're hitting a little bit better. They're not hitting as low as I thought, but they are shooting left. I just aimed center mass, but off the target a couple feet. So. A few more 22 mags, see if I make a few more hits. All right, so hit and miss there, but overall, what I could definitely say is this is a lot better gun than what this is. So that kind of counts for something, you know. If you're looking at buying the cheapest possible 38 special and you might be able to have a better quality 22 mag, I might say maybe you should carry the 22 mag. But for the most part, 38 special, you know, you got a lot of momentum there, you got a lot of bullet weight there. And overall, 38 special is very much similar to 9mm. I get a lot of comments from people that they'll buy target ammo and they'll chronograph it through a snub nose and they'll get the cheapest ammo and they'll come out to like 175 to 200 foot-pounds energy, and then that's their knowledge on it. And then they tell me over and over again, 38 special is only as powerful as 22 mag. 380 is more powerful, and they don't realize the 38 plus P on average through a 4-inch barrel is about 300 foot-pounds energy. You go to Buffalo Bore plus P, you're looking more at about 400 to 420 foot-pounds with a jacketed hollow point, and more like 475 foot-pounds with our lead hollow point. And you go up to something where you're using like a 90 grain bullet through a 4-inch barrel, 38 special plus P, you're looking at about 550 foot-pounds energy. So yeah, it's a lot different than what people think it is. But overall, what I'm going to say here is that between using 38 special full metal jacket and 22 Magnum full metal jacket, I mean total metal jacket, I'm going to say our 22 Magnum is perfectly acceptable. Everything about that was pretty good. You know, it had pretty good accuracy, it had very low recoil, had decent velocity, perfect ballistic gel performance. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's one of the best go-to rounds in 22 mag that's available. So why go with a hollow point? I think that tumbling damage is going to do a little bit better than, you know, a cheap hollow point that's not going to expand. So that's something to take into consideration. Now with full metal jacket, a 38 special, I would not really think that's the best thing to carry. Now with 38 special, when it does pass through something, it's going a lot slower than like a 9mm. But still, you know, you're not getting a lot of damage in there when it's just punching a hole straight through. So I would stick to using it for target, and I think, you know, if you had to use it for something really big and dangerous, I think something like that 38 would work. But overall, stick to target ammo if you're first shooting targets with, but the 22 mag is a little bit of an exception there. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.